Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, anybody tuned in? I'm looking at the market right now. I'm looking at the NASDAQ futures. I'm looking at the 9:30 candle open right here. We're going to be buying the break higher of this candle. Once this candle closes, I'm putting a pending order to buy the highs that break higher of it. If there's a new candle that forms after this one and it breaks the high of this candle, where it looks like we're going to be going long. Sorry to just jump in here really quick, but this is a setup. This is a setup that I go for. So let's keep looking at it, though. Let's keep looking. We have a minute and 40 seconds until this candle closes. So this is an engulfing candle. So we're looking at our structure to be structure is this. We get an engulfing candle. We're getting an engulfing candle print, and we're going to take this high up to these highs. Stop loss will be pretty big, but be down in here. Got green candles, green wicks to the left on the upside. Okay, so yeah, my account. Yep, we're starting off with about $775, and we're gonna watch this grow over time. All right, I'm gonna activate this order. Okay, it's active. I have a buy stop order. This is for educational purposes only. I have a buy at 25,183. Yep, and I'm going to take profit on this at 25,283. So 25,183 to 25,238. Okay, 25,183 to 25,238 on the Nasdaq futures. might take an hour or two, but that looks like the run that I'm gonna be looking to have happen here. Stop loss at 25,059. All right, so markets are open. XRP's at $2.27. Hafnia is up a little. UPS is down $2. Dow is, what does Dow look like? Dow's interesting here. It's got a little shape forming. Which doesn't mean anything until we get a trigger candle. UPS selling off. Yeah, in general, guys, the market is sort of it seems like last week it was in a sell mode. A lot of things were selling off. It's good to see UPS sort of go flat on a red market like it was last week. But we do have a little bit of a sell bias. But generally speaking, I want to see the market go to the upside. So I'm not worried. This is interesting on gold. This is very interesting on gold to see this type of shape. We have a tweezer and then a consolidation. You usually expect upside with something like that. So, all right, back to the MNQ here. MNQ1 exclamation mark. NASDAQ futures. So yeah, on Friday, we had somewhat of a similar situation. You know, you try to sometimes look to the last day and see what happened and sort of do what's last. That's sort of an old school piece of advice. But right here on Friday, we had a big engulfing candle, as you can see right there. And if one were to have said, "Oh, I'm going to buy the break higher," you know, it would have been a great day. Absolutely a great day. And there wasn't anything confusing about it. You had an engulfing candle show up, and you had good targets, and you're at fair lows there. So you took a buy and you ran it up. So now we're basically being really patient here, and we're doing basically the same thing. So, you know, I'm bouncing around in a little bit of profit here now, but we still want to be patient with this. I want to see this. I'm going to take profit quick, but relatively quickly. But we got a level right there at 2.5. It's at 25237.5. I could see it going to there pretty safely as like a day trading level to say, look, we're going to take it at least to that level and then get out. That is a pretty good safe level to take to get out right there. Could go a lot higher, but I'm not necessarily looking to get greedy. Let's see. So a 10% return on my account would be $70. So if I take profit at this 25237 level, we're definitely going to be having made more than 10% on the account for the day. So if you're a day trader and you can make more than 10% on your account in a day, you know, that's pretty good. We're not looking at these opportunities to pop up all the time, but they do pop up. Right now I'm at $50 in profit, 50. So we're still going to hold it though. Still holding, $60 in profit, still holding. I want to see it go a little higher. I want to see it to go to 25237. Let's see if it can do it. Oh yeah, she'll go there. She'll go there. $70 in profit. Not bad. Hopefully we're not getting too greedy. So basically the reason I want to keep holding to go higher is because I can see these green wicks to the left. I can see the green wicks to the left, and I see a good sort of a very attractive, we'll just call it an attractive level at 237.5. There's a level there where I can just see how this point right here, sometime over the next 2-3 hours, they're gonna hit that level for sure. So I'm just being patient. I'm just waiting. Even though it's a little hard, we're just waiting. I don't really expect to happen too quick. I mean, usually this stuff could possibly drag out for two hours. It really could. But you have to be prepared. You sort of in a trade like this, if I expect it to drag out for 2 hours, that'd be okay with me. I would just let it sit and go do something else for 2 hours and wait for the take profit to get hit here. But we're just gonna chill, just chilling. Hopefully it'll get hit. Pretty confident here, 99% confident here. Educational purposes only. We're aiming for the level 25237.5 on NASDAQ futures. Come on, 96, $101, $102. Come on. Just a few more ticks. Come on, baby. All right, that's it. We're out. Bang. That was like $108 profit. Very good. 12 minutes. There you go. I'm done for the day. I'm not really going to think about money much more for today. If I didn't want to, I couldn't. But, that was opportunities like that do not present themselves every day. But the opportunity here did present itself. Let's go over it again. I had structure here. I had pressure release, pressure building, and then pressure started to release again. And then as pressure released and printed this engulfing green candle, this guy right here, this is what made the whole trade, this green engulfing candle right here. Once I saw this, I said, okay, well, who am I to get in front of that and say it won't go higher? Typically it does. And then when I have a level like that where I say, okay, well, there could be a potential break higher. You could enter long on the next candle, break higher, and you could go a lot higher. So if it does go higher, what's to my left? And to my left here, we have these green candles. See, this is a green candle wick, a green candle wick. That's to the left. That's very good to have green candle wicks higher than the red wicks. That means and if that's to your left, that means that's good territory to buy. Okay, that's good territory to see the price move higher. And then over here, I had this level right here. This level is very, very unique and specific. The price hit that level, it hit it and made a clear bounce up, and then it broke it, and then it danced around it, and then it sent it higher. This level right here, that level right there, as price was moving higher, I was like, I can count on price to be touching that level at some point. And so it did. And luckily it happened pretty quickly. I don't really relish the opportunities that are offered by the market where I have to wait 3 hours to see my trade get hit. Time. I like to be in and out of the markets and be objective. So so we hit this price level. Price went a little bit higher, but it's sort of getting hammered down. It's sort of selling down a little bit from it, as you can see. But that's a serious level right there. I wouldn't be surprised if price sells down from this level. It could take a little. You could get now you get the consolidation that lasts into the afternoon here, and then you're waiting, and then it goes higher. That's why I didn't want to get too greedy. I had my target there, and that was it. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I made like blah 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 whatever, like 13, 14, 15% on my account for the day. Pretty good. Tomorrow there probably won't be a trade tomorrow, but maybe there will be. But we're typically looking to take trades on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays only, and trying to log in on Monday and Friday and see what's available. And if there is something available, we'll take it like there was today. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep on that. I have to get involved. That's what I'm trained to do. In a situation like that today, I have to get involved. I have no choice. That's the way it is. With this trading, you do as much training as you can possible. You train and train and train and try to learn and learn and learn. And then eventually, once you go live, you have no other choice but to just go off of your gut decisions that are based off of your trainings. And that's how it works. So we'll just take, I'm going to stay logged in for a little bit. What time is it? 9:54. We can just watch this market behavior and see what happens, and I can finish this coffee. Is there a chat room? Let me see if let me check a chat room. There's probably nobody on it, but no comments. It's okay. So yeah, this is just for educational purposes only. What's up?
Something's amazing. Your pyramid that you put out in the garage, I mean on in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's like blazing with light.
Let's see it.
I mean, it's amazing.
Blazing with light. Great balls of fire. So yeah, that looks good. That was the trade right there. And see, you would have wanted to have taken profit and then be out right now, in my opinion. Out and waiting for the next move. Cause that is a serious level that it hit right there. You could get a strong sell-off from that level. You really could. I'm sorry to say it, but not a huge sell-off. This would be a correctional sell-off. This would be a sell that would eventually lead to higher highs. But right here, yeah, right at that level right there, you could get a sell right there for sure. I just made the numbers, the scale on the side, I made that larger so you can see it better. But yeah, so we would basically, you're going to be looking to, this is sort of a pause. The market's going to run up into that level and then take a pause for sure. Now, whether that pause is just going to lead up to higher highs, it could be a really tight consolidation that forms right here. It could go 1, 2, 3 really quick, and then it could run up higher. It could do something like that. Okay, that's option number 1. Option number 2 is that it could have a serious sell-off. It could go down to here, and then go 1, 2, 3, and make a bear flag, and then sell even lower. That's an option. That's less. Those first 2 options are less likely. The most likely option is that this will form sort of a larger flag right here, and we'll get a sell down to here, here, down to here, break out of this, hit this a little bit, then go higher a little bit, and higher, and then come up to this level right here. That is probably what's most likely to happen. In my opinion. So we'll see. Well, yeah. So the time is 10:02 Eastern Time AM. We took a trade earlier. I'll leave it up here. That was the trade. Made like $110. Not bad. So the idea is to build your account. So I have a $700 account. I made $100. You know, that's like 15%. But what if I had a $70,000 account and I made $10,000 for the day? And just scale up, add zeros, scale up. That's the goal. So, what if I had a $700,000 account and I made $100,000 for today? Could have easily done that. So, yeah. So you want to have your targets. Your targets determine your character. You do not want to get greedy with your targets. You want to be very objective with your targets. So typically, when I trade, I want to have 3 things before I move forward. Before I get into a trade, I need to have at least 3 things. I need to have structure, I need to have a trigger candle, and I need to have a target. So for this, I'm going to make an educational, one thing I haven't done in a while is make educational pieces of my trade. So we're going to do that today. We're going to turn this into an educational piece. Okay. It's important. And I want everyone to see how it plays out. And I got to log into my Instagram account. And we're going to do that. So let me see. We're going to log into my Instagram account, Chart Mechanic. So let's see. Hopefully I can remember. I hope I wrote it down. Oh my gosh. If not, it's not that hard. I can remember it. So all right. Let's see what we can do. Do a little hacking here. Instagram. Chart Mechanic. Chart Mechanic. Good. Easy to remember. So here's my, let's see, what do we got? What's on my Chart Mechanic page? Go to the home. Home. Or profile. So this is my profile. Okay. Chart Mechanic. My the recent post I made was this one, which is really good fundamental. Look, we got a red resistance, broken resistance, retested resistance, became support. This is Hafnia stock. Wow. You should have seen. See, Hafnia, so this was at $5.88. I was saying to buy it. Now it's at like $6.20. It went up 40 cents, which is significant. So it's like, a decent amount. But so anyways, so I'm going to make an educational post of the trade we did this morning, and I'm going to post it here on Chart Mechanics. So let's see. Let's see what we got. So I like to follow the template. So here's the template is that I have qualifying factors: structure, trigger candle, target. So that's the template. So let's do it. Let's create the qualifying factors for this trade. Qualifying factors. Number 1, structure. Number 2, trigger candle. Number 3, target. It's very important. The target is like somewhat of the most important thing. I can't stress it enough. Excuse me. So here's the structure. Here's the trigger candle. Yeah, we're getting that deep sell. We're getting that sell. Yeah. Which is what happens in the market sometimes. They do that. This market's nuts. It's like Mother Nature. That's what the market is, Mother Nature. And she's you know what? A biatch. Biatch. All right, so next thing is target. Target. That's it. And this was pressure release, pressure build. And I had my stop loss. I had a big stop loss. My risk to reward, it was like inverse. I didn't have a 1-to-1 ratio, but that's how I trade sometimes. How else you gonna do it? Look, that was a successful trade, and you really want to have that target in mind. So I'm gonna draw a little circle. Keep that in mind. Target. Now, is there anything we're missing? So I could just take a screenshot of that and post it. This is what it typically looks like. Qualifying factors. Oh yeah, I put a thing at the top here. MNQ1 exclamation mark and the date. The date is the 17th, 11/17, 2025, and I put 10-minute chart. Each candle represents 10 minutes worth of price action. 10-minute chart, and then the entry. I put a little entry. Okay. And I want to copy that. Not that. I want to copy this. See, the market's it'll go all haywire now. You wanted to be in and out when we were in and out, and that's it. See, it takes a big, deep. If you didn't take profit, you got sucked into all that selling. You would have gotten stopped out, and now it's going back higher, and you want to be going higher. It's like, whew, not good. It's really good. You just wait for the 9:30 candle to close, and once the 9:30 candle closes, place an order. Place your bets, and then see what you get after that. But wait for the 9:30 candle to close. Don't trade until 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so to create a screenshot on an iMac, I forget how to do that. Let me. How to take a screenshot on an iMac. What is it? It's the command something button. Take a screenshot. Press Shift, Command, and 4. Okay, Shift, Command, and 4. There we go. Very good. There we go. Very good. It is, the screenshot is taken. The screenshot is taken. Next, I want to post it. So let's see. We'll create, post, select from computer, desktop. Where's my screenshot? Where's my recent screenshot? Here it is. Today at 10:58. There it is. We want normal size, original size. There you go. That'll be my educational post. So if you want to get good at something, become an educator. Even if you're not, well, how do you become a good educator? You try and you work hard. So basically, if you want to become a master at something, just try and work hard. So if you want to get good at something, become an educator. And to become an educator, you try and work hard, get a mentor, take second opinions, you learn and observe. To become a good educator, it's like you be a good listener. You never, ever, ever want to act like you know everything. This trade, I could have gotten smoked on this trade. But the odds were in my favor. And we have a target that is so clear like that. 25235, 0.25. It was 25237, I think, was the level. That was a very clear level, and price will want to hit it like a magnet and get sucked to it. So it did. And that's that. So anyways, this is a first educational post I've made in a while, and I'm glad we're going to get back into it. So that's good. The post was shared. Okay. Let's see. Let's refresh. There it is. So that was the trade. So very good. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. That's it for the day. No more numbers.